All right, so the stand your ground didn't work, the immunity hearing, but that doesn't stop him from making the same arguments in front of a jury instead of a judge. Let's bring in our think tank, still with us, Renee Hill, Christa Ramey, and Lawrence Zimmerman now joining us. Oh, there we go. We got him back. All right, he was gone for just a short while. Lawrence, let me start with you. Stand your ground doesn't work, but looking at what happened that day, do you think Curtis Reeves can convince a jury that he needed to pull that weapon, that he needed to shoot this father after the father seemingly reached from that row in front of him and tossed the popcorn at him, and he didn't know what was coming at him?
I don't know, Vinny. It's such a strange case. This is a problem like stand your ground laws. It really gives people the ability to shoot somebody and claim they are afraid. I think the problem that Curtis Reeves has is he's a former police officer, trained using the weapons his career, and he was terrified by a bag of popcorn. It's hard for me to tell in the video if Olson really did hit him with something or not. I mean, legitimately, if he did hit him with something, I guess he could be in fear. I think it's a very tough road for his lawyers to really show he was in fear for his life based on everything you know about Reeves and being a police officer and what Olson did. Why was he in fear for his life? Did Olson screaming, "I'm going to kill you," or "I'm going to kill you with a bag of popcorn"? I'm going to shove butter down your throat. It's sick. I like to cobble defense for him because I'm a criminal defense lawyer. It's just very, very hard, I think, based on what we see.
Renee Hill, he testified in his own behalf during the immunity hearing, not successfully because the judge didn't necessarily buy it. Will a jury buy it?
I don't believe a jury is going to buy it, Vinny. His demeanor is deplorable. He's sitting there, just not caring at all that he took a man's life over popcorn being thrown in his face. The video, it's very difficult to see if Mr. Olson actually stood up as he claims and was, standing. He certainly wasn't standing over him because we would be able to see that in the video. But his demeanor, he's not personable at all. So he couldn't sell it to the judge. And I certainly don't believe he's going to be able to sell it to a jury that he was in fear of his life sitting in the movie theater. This man was sitting with his wife. I don't see it. And, I would like to try to paint some sort of a defense, in cases like this. But certain things you just can't. And his demeanor is not helpful to him at all. Not at all.
So, Vinny, can I jump in here, Vinny?
Go ahead.
Real quick. Yeah, real quick. I think that the problem here is first of all, let me start by saying I think that the Florida stand your ground law is stupid, but it's also very effective. And we all saw what happened in the Zimmerman case. Not this Zimmerman, this lovely man that's with us tonight, but it is a very specific law that is very effective in Florida, and it is in the states where it is enacted. So I'm not so sure that this is just going to be a perfect case for the prosecution. The thing that the prosecution has going for him is that the defendant already has taken the stand, and that testimony can be used against him later. In the George Zimmerman case, George Zimmerman did not choose to do what was done in this particular case, where they did the pretrial ruling to decide whether it was a matter of law where the case would just get dismissed outright. They waited for the jury in that case.
What's his fear?
Yeah, big difference. Let's put that video. Can we put the video up one more time and just take a closer look at it? Because there's an actual video of the shooting that exists. Obviously, it's you got to look in the little corner of the video. Just barely picks it up. You only see Curtis Reeves. But the bottom line, you do kind of see something fly in there. Lawrence, is a jury going to study this video and try to figure out what happened based on this? Or do you think they're going to listen to the testimony of Reeves and the testimony of perhaps the victim's wife?
Yeah, well, obviously a good jury is going to view all the evidence, the video, his statement, and listen to the wife and put it all together. I'm watching the video. It's hard to see. It looks like someone threw a punch or something at Reeves. But even if you throw a punch, does that make you in fear of bodily injury or fear for your life? just one punch. I mean, unless he got on the ground or something, I don't. It's just a tough. Even under standard ground, I think it's tough. There has to be more here than what I'm seeing just on the video. I mean, this is a former police officer. I mean, he's really that afraid? I mean, I know he's older, but so what? I don't know.
Yeah, I look at this
and he's not a little guy
yeah.
either. You know?
Yeah, exactly, Renee. He's really tall.
Yeah,
So,
Reeves looks to be like a big guy himself. So the theory that, he was so frightened and so afraid to the point that he had to pull out his gun. And then, like Lawrence said, this is an experienced retired police officer. But we know from other discussions about this case, I think that he had problems with other moviegoers in that same theater prior to that date, I believe. So I'm sure that's going to come out during the course of the trial as well. He was looking for a reason.
Yeah, he's a retired police captain. He was a retired police captain, but then he became the cell phone movie police after that, unofficially.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be his downfall. I think everyone is spot on with his personality is not going to help him. But again, a case that's on the docket here on Court TV. Let's take a look at the next court hearings coming up.